I think we're live. How's everybody? Wow, only 4 people today. Numbers are dropping. Numbers are dropping. Good morning, Barnaby. Thank you for joining us. You're one of the loyal ones here all the time. Oh, we're up to 7 now. There we go. Bella, good evening. Morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Happy day. Let's give a minute for more people to join and we'll start. Good morning, Maureen. Una, hello again. Lord of Kittens, hello again. Long time no see. Sound a little muffled. See if I can find out why. Input volumes on maximum. Hi Richard, how is the sound now? Maybe the background music's too loud. Is this clear? Hi Sally. Just let me know if the sound is better now and I'll make a start. Okay, fine. Yesterday we did some, yesterday? It's all blurring because it was Zoom on Wednesday, wasn't it? Yesterday we did some eye Qigong. Some Qigong, sound for me is good. Fine, thank you. We did some Qigong for the eyes and we also did some stretches for the neck. It was yesterday. I had some good feedback, but any questions or anything from that? Anything wasn't clear? If you want to do that again, then you can always watch yesterday's one. Like the first 10 or 15 minutes, we did some eye Qigong. I explained the acupuncture points, how to warm the eyes and exercise the eye muscles. So once you learn that, it's really easy and you can do it a couple of times a day. Okay. Let's make this a bit bigger here so I can see better. Because it's still recording the meeting from last time. Okay. All right. Greetings, everyone. Let's start with some loosening from some gong, as usual. There's the wrists going, forearms, shoulders. Okay, lifting from the crown of the head, tongue is to the roof of the mouth. Okay, we'll do the rotational one now. And then forwards and backwards. And change. What we haven't done this week is the stretching routine. So by popular demand, I'm going to put that on. Just looking for the number 19. Hands down to.
引体令
Tongue
由
to reach the mouth.
前三式，现在开始，请大家闭目下
Together.
周身放松，
Right,
怡然自得，准备练功。托掌先天式，两手交叉一字形，双掌上托，抬头看。
Try to make your body long. Push from the palms all the way through to the heels.
两
The
手
side
向内上
should be
贴，
here, not
两
here.
臂伸直，
Here, straight. Pushing straight up. Try and get your elbows straight.
左右轻身式，
Okay, I'll mirror you. Lead to your left.
初心不地，上体向左倾斜，幅度不大。
Still pressing and leaning at the same time.
身体竖直，上体向右倾斜。 将身体竖直，
Rotate.
多天旋转式，身体姿势不变，以身体
Looking round behind you, but lift your
下
arm.
手尽量平整，
Keep your head neutral.
要求两掌充分上托，两脚不动，身体中正。 以身体动
Go
作
the other way. Pressing up.
尽量平整。
Rotating. Back to the middle. This time lift your chin up. Press backwards, stretch backwards.
两腿伸直，上体充分后仰。 还原成双掌托天式，躬身吊尾式，两腿伸直，上体前屈，两手贴地，抬头向前看。
Relax. Let gravity stretch you as you breathe out. Drop a bit deeper into the stretch.
吊尾左旋
And
式，
to your left.
两掌倾斜地面，
Keep
不
your
到
knees straight.
不准寸。
Try to turn around as far as you can.
要为右转时，两两身体移到脚的右侧。还原成双身跳。还原说身势。
Squat down,
两
bend the
两
knees.
交叉腹部不动，两腿屈膝下蹲，两膝相靠，臀部下沉，人头仰望。
Okay, the palms flat on the floor, you straighten the knees as much as you can without lifting the hands.
两两竖立不动，将两腿伸直，两看前方。肩平靠肚子。
From here, take the hands to the backs of the legs.
轻轻伸直，
Stretch the head to the shins.
颈到胸。接着直体下
And when you come up, bend the knees.
上体缓缓
Come up very slowly. Don't get dizzy.
展翅调息式，接着吸气，
Now we do 3 breaths. Breathing in, lift the wrists up.
接着呼气，两腿上
Breathing
蹲，
out,
下
push the palms down.
依稀呼为一次，动作3次。整套功法到此结束，希望大家下定决心，刻苦练功，再接再厉，勇攀高峰。
Okay. Okay. Do we have? Hi, Christine. No problem. Okay. Get yourselves a chair or something you can just lean on. And stretching, especially if you've been working on the computer, press the chest towards the floor. Okay, now with your foot, you can put it here for the moment. It's a little lower, a little easier. Press the knee, keep the back straight. Folding a little bit. Now, we're going to do an ankle stretch. If you can, grab the foot not on the toes, because if I do that, I'm doing a toe stretch. If I can grab it here, I can do an ankle stretch. Can you see my ankle? We're going to do about 30, I usually do 3 sets of 10. So stretching the calf. Okay, same thing with the other side, switch your legs. Starting with pressing. Don't worry about it, you put your hand on your kneecap and press it, it's fine. And again, I'll do about 30 of those. As you lean forward, your knee will want to bend, so keep it straight. Okay, we'll do the ankle stretch again. If you grab your tiptoes, you're doing a toe stretch. You want to grab under the ball of the foot if you can. And then, if you can't reach it, then do it like, pull it back. Use the muscles, pull it back. Okay, change legs again. This time we'll try something a little more difficult. If you can, or if you can't, you're reaching towards your foot. That's your goal. Okay. Those to whom that's easy, the next goal is to put your hand by your head and your elbow to try to reach your foot. So that requires some ankle mobility as well. Okay, big grab. Some people find this other one more difficult, some people find this other one more easy. I don't know. Put your hand, because we're all different. Put your hand by your ear. Now you're twisting across and you're bringing the opposite elbow to the toes. Okay, you grab with both hands and come up. And we'll do the same thing. Please excuse me, I have to press on my computer. I just had the Zoom thing pop up, so I'm going to have to just do that first. Okay. I've lost you guys. And we're back. Okay. Where were we? Elbows. Opposite hand grabs the foot. Fold forwards. Same side, you bring your hand to your ear. Even if you can't reach, you're just going towards. You're just thinking about your elbow reaching your toes, and then one day it will. You grab to this side. Now we do the opposite hand to the ear, which means the opposite elbow to the toes. There's a twist. Grab with both hands. Okay. Now, another exercise. Some people struggle with the holding the leg. So a really good exercise for that, using the chair. Put your foot on the chair. Now, keep the posture like this, so we don't lean back. Keep this pulled in. So without leaning back, bring your foot off the chair 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Try and hold the last one. And relax. And then on the other side, I'll move the chair, you can just change your feet. Move it so you can see. Notice the angle. I'm replicating the same angle in the 8 form, so we're specifically hitting those muscles. I'm flexing the ankle, I'm keeping this pulled in. What will tend to happen is this kind of thing, so keep this tight. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold the last one. Relax. We'll do another set. Okay. If you're feeling ambitious, you can go on the back of the chair instead of on the bottom of the chair. You do whichever one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's hold the last one. Relax. And change. Flex the ankle. Keep the hips taut. Lift the crown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Losing the chair. Sliding on the floor. 9, 10. Hold the last one. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And relax. Now we'll do some dynamic stretch. First count, step with the left foot, kick with the right. So that would be 1. And then the second count, step with the right, kick with the left. 2. And then each time you alternate. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now one for you, good for your balance. Take your right leg, bend it up, hold on to your knee. Your other hand, you can hold your knee, you can hold your shin. If you're more flexible, try and hold your toes. Stand tall and bring your knee close to your chest. There we go. Pick the other leg up. Here, the easy version. More difficult. More difficult. Stand tall. Bring your knee to your chest. And hug it in. Out. There we go. And we'll shake. Okay, let's do our Tai Chi form. Should we do a mirror one first? Is that right? Okay. Pulse monkey. Brush knee push. Parting the horse's mouth. Wave hand side clouds. Golden rooster. Kicking heels. Grasping bird's tail. Cross hands. Closing forward. do one with my back to you. My pleasure, Christine. Okay. Okay. 8th form. Please type some comments, questions, anything you want me to go through. Before we do going to do our 5-minute standing qigong, we're going to do our Saogong exercises tonight because we did the holding the tree last night. So we're going to do our Saogong routine. Right, if there's anything you want me to clarify on either the 8th Tai Chi form or the 8th Qigong form, either of those. We are, what are we now? Number 30 something, right? 39, 40. So maybe some of you guys might feel like, oh yeah, we know this stuff now. Zoom coaching on hands and in final scoop. Okay, great. Glad to hear the Zoom class helped. I'll do one more of those next week if anyone wants to me to check your routine and give you feedback. I'm not going to put it on YouTube, so don't worry about other people seeing it. It's just for people in the group. It will be kept private. So if you want me to correct your movement, it's fine. I mean, the other people in the class are going to see, but that will be the same if you come to a class here, right? The other people in the class can see you, but we're not going to put it on Facebook or anything like that. So it will keep purely for the people in the class. How do you scoop before cross hands? More circularity geekery, please. Yeah. Sure. How low do you scoop? Okay, it depends on your flexibility. Right, some people squat much deeper than others. So there isn't an answer except don't squat lower than you can with correct form. That means feet flat, back straight. So if you're kind of leaning over and heels are coming off the ground, and to get your hands lower, it's wrong. However, some people can drop very low in that movement because their hips are nice and open and the thoracic spine is nice and open. So you go as low as you can. Well, if you want to, you can go as low as you can with correct form, depending on what you're training for. I think there's a good reason for practicing low squats in terms of just health, hip mobility. I know this sounds a bit crude, but this is a fact, right? I was looking at statistics in America. Most of the old people who end up in care homes, the reason they end up in care homes is they can't get off the toilet. That's a sobering thought. So what a difference to quality of life, literally being able to do 1/2 a repetition of one body weight squat, right? So squat all the way down, get flexible and get strong enough to do multiple times. So when you get older, you can at least get up and down. I know sorry if that sounds crude, but when we talk about function, so a lot of people say in martial arts, oh, you know, this style is more functional or more practical than that style. Well, the answer is practical for what? You know, we want to go in for a UFC fight, or do we just want to be able to have a good quality of life and move well and, you know, get up and down from a chair without going, oh, my back. So, you know, it depends on what you're training for. So I wouldn't say everyone has to do it a certain way, as long as the form is correct. We're all fighting the calendar, yeah. I mean, oops. I just hit the big 5-0 a few months ago, so I'm with you on that. Just my Sifu said it would happen, and it happens to everyone. So I think it's about quality of life, right? So squatting, there's certain things, right, that Tai Chi is awesome for. Squatting is one of them, and mobility in the hips and the T-spine. The other thing that is not addressed in Tai Chi that I would, for health practice, I would seriously think about is hanging, because we came from, you know, tree-dwelling creatures. Our arms brachiation is a natural movement pattern, right? Well, before that, we were in the water, so all the swimming, all the locomotive movement comes from the spine undulation. So you need to keep really the spine needs to be flexible. But in terms of shoulder health, hanging off something is one of the best things you can do for your shoulder. So you can buy like one of those chin-up bars. Okay. Maybe some of you guys have never been able to do chin-ups. I'm just talking about holding onto the thing and just putting some weight, just even if you're keeping your feet on the ground and putting some traction in that shoulder for a few minutes every day. And then if you can actually hang and take your feet off, you're also improving your grip strength. And that's going to do wonders for your upper body mobility. So between hanging and squatting, those two exercises, I don't think, if you just pick two things to do for longevity and mobility, I would pick those two. If you hang and squat, you're probably going to be able to do the 8 Qigong correct, because you're going to have all this open and the hips open. And your Tai Chi is probably going to be like, you know, the range of motion is going to be easy for you. So I would think about those. I mean, if we're on YouTube, so you can put in the search box something like active and passive hanging, those kind of exercises. Very good. And yeah, just spend a few minutes a day squatting, like when you're reading a book or talking on the phone, just squat down. And then same way you can just passively hang while you're doing something. Hang out. Good advice. Yeah, I think these are because we live in a society where we're not using these movement patterns. That's what causes, you know, decrepit. You see people who are decrepit, like not even that old, and they're wrecked. And then you see in people in other cultures and where they're squatting and moving and stuff, and they just, it's a huge difference. Especially as Tai Chi tends to be practiced by an older age group, not necessarily, because Tai Chi can be great for 20-somethings who are stressed out as well, but it's also practiced by an older age group. And I think it's the difference between a younger person that practices squatting and hanging and a younger person that maybe doesn't look that much. And then you come back 20 years later and it's a huge difference. So I think it's really important to practice those things. Yep. Anything else? Lawrence, need to master the squat position. Yeah, understood. My advice is to squat actively. So by that I mean 2 two things. One is to you'll try to feel the long bones in the leg, the femur, okay? And think of lengthening it. So you're pulling here, and so rather than just kind of doing that and you think, oh, I can't get any further, there's an active pull. So you're really, really pulling yourself down into it. And so you see it from the front. And it's okay if the feet are a little bit out, as long as the knees track the toes. So what you can't have is you can't have the feet out and the knees in. The knees have to track the toes. So if you need to turn your feet out a little bit, that's okay. And hinge from here and actively pull. Think of lengthening this and pull. And then when you get to here, if you can just spend some time and just moving around a little bit, just finding all the tight spots. Okay, but I think it's worth spending some time on that. And the good old face the wall squat. People hate that, but then, you know, that's the thing. You hate it until you can do it, and then you love it. But yeah, thank you for that. Any other questions? We'll do our standing or our Sao Gong exercise. Okay. Really helps. Yeah, to actively pull down. Don't just passively squat, but think of pulling yourself into the squat. And yeah, I can go into that, but that's probably enough to start with. I'm just going to set the timer for our standing. Okay, we'll try again and again. Yeah, that's the meaning. That's the Kung Fu. It's hard work. Achievement, literal translation of Kung Fu, achievement through time and energy. So if it comes easy, it's not real Kung Fu. Having said that though, almost every 18-month-old toddler can squat down. When we lose it is when we go to school and have to sit in chairs and our hip flexors tighten up. That's when we lose it. One of my students, John Smith, some of you guys were probably taught by John Tai Chi because he was one of my first Tai Chi instructors at the Rising Crane. And he started quite late in life, and he was, I don't know, he might be watching this. John, drop us a message if you're watching this. He started quite late and he was quite tight. He was a plasterer, so his arms were always up here and he was quite tight. And he was lying in his bath. He was actually lying in his bath and he had his knee here and he was holding his leg and he was in the warm water and he was just going, and just hugging his knee to his chest in the warm water. And he mentally unlocked his hip. He just figured it out. I mean, there was something clicked, not literally, but something, you know, oh. And then he got out the bath and then he went straight into a squat because proprioception was there. He'd figured it out. So sometimes it can be just something that it's just the mind-body connection thing. And the other thing is this, the stronger you are, the more your body can relax because it knows that your knees aren't going to explode. You're not going to fall over in a puddle. So if it knows you're strong, so by doing the squats exercises, like when we're doing the Qigong and the Tai Chi, as you get stronger, your body will give you more permission to go lower because the stretch reflex isn't kicking in thinking, oh, dangerous. So that's another thing. If you hit a plateau with your squats, work on more strength in the movement, and then it may translate to more flexibility later. Right, here we go. It's the best way to do this. Give me a second. Put this here so I can see it. Hands to the dantian, please. Men have left inside, ladies right hand inside. The tongue is to the roof of the mouth. Still the mind. Calm. Relax. Let go of all your worries. Let go of all your distractions. Make your body light, empty. Step out. Bring the hands to this position. Make space in the armpits. Imagine the chest is lifted up, but the breath is sinking down. Neck is long. Crown is lifted. Move the hands up to line with the shoulders. My palms are slightly curved, if you can see. That's called a roof tile palm. Imagine I'm breathing in through the center of my palm, an acupuncture point called Lao Gong point. I know you can't actually breathe in through your palms. The point is to feel as if you are. And from here, take the arms around and slowly move the palms towards each other, bending the knees. Breathing in as the hands separate. Breathing out as they move towards each other. Do it at your own speed. You may begin to perceive the air around your hands as your hands move through the air. As you get more relaxed, the air feels thicker, like water, or even like treacle. Begin to perceive the energy in between the hands, pulsing with the breath. Take that energy, compress it into a ball. And then we're going to do a battery charge. Bring the hands in, below your navel, almost touching, around the belt line. Fingers point out. Bringing in like a funnel, charging the battery. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now from here, bring the hands up, bring the palms together. You can half close the eyes if you want to. Just let go of all thinking. Relax. Your hands back to the original position. Finish with some massaging exercises. Base of the palm, tip of the middle finger, and then the sides of the nose, across the eyebrows to the temple. It's time like you're washing your face. Do a few more repetitions until you cover the whole face. Palms massage the ears, fingertips massage the scalp. And then work your way up to the top. And back down over the ears again. You can also massage with your thumb and index finger of the ear down to the earlobe and then pulling the earlobe. That's a longevity exercise. There's a whole number of those longevity exercises, which we can cover some more of those if people are interested. Maybe more next week. But that's it for tonight. Hope you all have a great weekend, and thank you for those of you that purchased my courses yesterday. Much appreciated. If you didn't or you can't, no problem. Please though help me out by liking, sharing on social media. Put a link to this so anybody else is interested. Free nugget. And that's it. Thank you. And I will thank you all. Appreciated. I'll just say have a good weekend, everybody. Usually I go to type something after I sign out and I go say that and it cuts. So I'm going to type it now. Thanks, everyone. I don't need to, do I, if I'm here talking to you, but just... Oh, thank you all. See you on Monday.